An alarm drags me from the warm, cozy comfort of sleep. 5 a.m. Time for work. I pull on my jeans and my coat, everything stained with the smell of fish and cooking oil. Dragging myself out into the cold air, I often find myself thinking, is this it? Is this what the rest of my life will look like? To find the answer, I looked back at a story I loved. One that even on my first viewing changed the way I saw myself and my life. Fair warning, spoilers ahead for your line name. Life is a series of moments, and you love them all. Is that why you sparkle the way you do? This is a quote from Kousei and Kaori, a character in Your Lie in April. It's a thought he had when looking at the girl he was falling in love with, but also a girl who chose to take the little time she had left and make every moment count. Life is finite, and many of the days that fill it are just bland and boring, nothing but repetition and effort. Why live the hard moments happy? Well, the answer is because it's all going to end. I can start every day wallowing in the darkness, or I can carry my head held high and choose moment after moment to be happy. There are always going to be times I think, do I really have to do this? Or, why am I stuck in this kind of job? But when I catch those thoughts, I try to remember that grumbling does not change the situation. It only poisons one's outlook. Shining Bright is about looking into the darkness of life, recognizing it for what it is, and choosing to face it, standing tall. I had come to expect a life with a purpose, one like I'd seen in the movies and TV shows. A life full of vibrancy. A life with hardships, but hardships in which a purpose can be seen. One where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, even if you can't quite reach it. In contrast, my current life felt like a prison, not a journey. Not because I was physically trapped, but because of how I let myself see it, how I let myself feel. I need to learn to trust the process, to be human, to find my way without a light ahead. Life is about learning to be grateful for what you have without giving up on what's ahead. You let the hope for more become not an expectation, but a gift of the future. Kaori came to this realization. Life is finite, hers more than others, but that's not a reason to give up. It's the opposite. Kousei found his way out of the dark because of her. Her parents and friends love her. She might not have much in this life, but she has a life. One she wants to spend playing music to touch others. One that despite the pain, she has to fight for. Kaori chose to take the risk of surgery. Not because of certainty, but because she saw Kousei press through his own darkness for a chance to play with her. Because of her. She could have given up here. She was going to give up, and who can blame her? But instead, she decided she had to live. Not because the rest of her life was going to be easy. In fact, it's harder than most of us could imagine. But she had one last dream to reach. She had to keep playing. She had to find hope in the dark. Otherwise, that chance would fall away. Her entire reason for wanting to live was to play with Kousei again. Nothing grand, just a simple wish. In the beginning, she struggled to pull him out of the darkness. She played and fought to lift others with simple music, but now Kousei was reaching back. But Kousei was not the only one affected by her example. Not the only one affected by her life or her music. In her effort to show him a light and a life that was free, she showed me the very same. Back in high school, after I moved, my introversion felt like its own kind of darkness. I wasn't good at making friends, or finding a place to belong. But even then, I found hope in how she lived. For a long time, I kept an image of her reaching out to Kousei as my phone wallpaper. It had two simple words on it. Look up. These words and the emotions of power of Kaori's voice are still ringing in my head today. Kaori wanted to reach people. Despite the little time left and the hardship of meeting and playing on stage with a stranger, her idol no less, she knew she had to try. So, she put in the work, practiced, and now it was time to stand on stage, time to show Kousei who she was. As she strides into her position and pauses to offer a prayer, maybe for her nerves, or maybe because she really did believe in her need for the divine help in this moment. Either way, She does all she can, and leaves the rest to fall as it may. Now she can only hope that Kousei will see her, but more than see her, she hopes she can reach him. She wanted her music in that moment to speak, and to say what she could not. To say, I'm here. To say, I love music, I love this moment, and I want you and everyone here to forget everything and join me in this moment of freedom and expression. The way that I have chosen to live. Her choice to play, and to do so after inviting Kousei, shows that fear can be conquered. And it's not about the hand you're dealt. It's about the choices you make, with and sometimes despite the cards you hold. Ultimately, this was Kaori refusing to let the fear of failure or uncertain outcomes paralyze or control her. It was her declaring, I might not know where this will end, but I'm going to take the road anyway. She pushes on, knowing that with effort she can overcome the obstacle she faces, and she leaves the rest to God and fate. Seeing Kaori's strength, as she struggles with broken expectations and a life shrouded in uncertainty, made me reflect on my own path. While I may not have the software career or relationship I worked for, I realized that like Kaori, I have a choice. I can wallow and accept the cards dealt to me, or I can stand up, push on, and embrace the trials. Bluff my way through, so to speak. I can seek more while trying to inspire others along the way. This channel is me doing exactly that. It's my way of saying, if you feel trapped or alone, if you're looking at a dark path and you can't see the end, you're not alone. And to borrow the words of Kaori herself, whether you're sad or hurt or empty, you have to keep playing. For us, life without music is death.
I used to think that I would find my purpose, and that would be that. Everything would just make sense. But graduating college and entering the workforce, I realized the idea of one purpose, or even a simple happiness, might not be real. Purpose and hope for a bright future don't just drop out of the sky. They are a journey that we have to work for, actively seek, for more than our current life. Enduring can get you through a day, but like we see with Kousei, that is not living, it's surviving. And surviving is not happiness, but it can get comfortable and feel safe. Never wishing for more, just living with no hopes, as a shell on autopilot. If you don't hope for anything else, you are never let down, but that's still not living. There's no joy in that. Joy comes from growing, from being more than you were, from achieving something bigger than before. To have hope is difficult and dangerous.
That's why we have to make a choice to have it,
to create it. It's a simple but hard truth. Iroh said this in a line that I now understand differently. Sometimes life is like a dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of it, but if you keep moving, you will come to a better place. Life and hardships are not about finding hope. It's about deciding to have it. There's a scene in the 4th episode of Your Lie in April. Kaori is leading Kousei onto the stage, and in his mind, he is thinking, she's the journey, with no clear destination in sight. The words, "You are freedom itself," slip from his mouth. Kaori stops and turns, her eyes shining back at him, at me, and she says, "No, I'm not. Freedom is what we find out there." We search for things and people to help us, and we can find them, like I found Kaori. But ultimately, the choice to press on has to be ours alone. When hardships come, we have to choose to push on with hope. There is no secret that makes life easy. There is only the choice to hope and work for better. But this is an idea I often lose sight of. Life is a journey, with ups and downs, moments that feel like hell. But overcoming them is a part of life. In Kaori's own words,
"Go on a journey, you crazy kids." That's what Mozart's saying. Travelers need feel no shame, so whatever we do, we're fine out there.
she's asking us to get out of our heads, stop fearing, and live, even when it's hard. Life is full of failures and missteps. It's not about perfection in the moment. It's about getting up and trying. And when you fail, you learn from the fall and stand back up. We need to believe that the hardships we face will one day pass and the dawn will come. Not a heaven, but a new day, a day that is better than the last. This journey won't be quick, but you have to believe that there is an end to it, because freedom is what we find out there, if we choose to chase it with hope.